What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. So, if you remember in the last episode, the last few episodes, we'd managed to finish the harvest on those two fields that we started with, the field with wheat and barley. We picked up the straw and sold it all, even though I had said that I wanted to put some in a mix station. You know, best laid plans, right? I'll say something and then I'll immediately change it because I'll forget I said it, or I'll come up with a different idea or whatever. So that's pretty much what happened. So off screen, what I did was I replanted both those fields, cultivated them first, spread fertilizer, which you guys saw. I replanted them in barley because barley is selling for the most money at the moment. I also planted fields 8 and 9, if we look over here on the map. Fields 8 and 9 we both own. They were both plowed. I fertilized them both and then planted them with barley as well. So that's all set. I'm not going to be doing any fast forwarding because I think there might be an issue with the fast forward mod along with the UPK and the placeable piles. And also David Oldfield had said that the fast forward mod doesn't work with the animals on this map. There is an update to the fast forward mod that apparently fixes that problem. I just haven't got it yet. So until I do, I won't be doing any fast forwarding. Now, a little update. I do have the fast forward mod installed. The UPK reinstalled, the older version of placeable piles, because I really want to do fruit trees. I really want to do fruit trees in greenhouses. I think that's really neat. So I'm going to try it again, and hopefully we don't have a massive catastrophe like we did on Bjornholm, where it just destroys my save game and I have to spend 3 hours fixing it. So in this episode, what I thought we'd do is, I thought we would hook up to a trailer here. Let me go ahead and get this tractor started, and bring our sugar beets or potatoes, one or the other, to the animals. To get them, at least get some earth fruits started, with the animals. I don't have any grain, unfortunately, because I sold it all, but that'll be a temporary problem. Probably maybe buy a water tanker as well on this episode so that we can get them some water. So at least they'll have earth fruits and water, and then we can work on everything else they need, as we go along here. So go ahead and get hooked up to the trailer, and parked a little close there. I'd still really like to get rid of that combine. It's not awful, certainly, and it does work. And, I don't know. I think I want something different. Let's see. Well, you know what? Let's take potatoes just because they're sort of the farthest thing away. It might be a little easier to get into them. So now this is assuming, of course, that I can find find all the animals. So there we go. Now we don't have a whole lot of potatoes, but if we need more, we can always come back and get sugar beets. So 8,941 liters. So, well, not too bad altogether. So, all right. Now, let's see. Where are we going to go first? Let's, you can see over here, these are what I'm calling field 25 and 26, what David Oldfield calls fields A and B, just because they didn't have any numbers. I just called them 25 and 26 for course play, so just because, I needed a number, and those were the next numbers that were available. So let's see, which way do we want to go? If we go, the pigs are down, the sheep are up. I believe the beef cattle are down as well. So yeah, well, let's go this way first, I guess. We'll handle all these guys, and then we'll, oops. Kind of took that hedge out, but that's okay. Again, I'm still finding my way around this map. I haven't actually played on this since the last time that I recorded, just for the fact that I kind of want to do everything that I do on this map on screen. So I want to send a big thank you to everybody, and especially David Piggott, who had told me that all this green over here that I was kind of complaining about caused lag, as it's doing right now, isn't grass but alfalfa. You're absolutely right, David. Thank you. Thanks for pointing that out to me. I see green, I think grass. So but it's actually alfalfa. So that's that was kind of causing some lag, unfortunately. So I think I want to go this way. Actually, let's go this way. Oh. And this will take us by field 8 and 9, where I've planted as well. So. Some point I'm going to have to get this alfalfa turned in. I don't own that field. Don't have enough money to buy it just yet either. So But as we come up here, you can see this is field 8 that we're coming up to now. As soon as we get past that alfalfa, my frame rates go right back up to normal, so that's good. You know, obviously the details in this map are, you know, they're so good that they're going to cause me a little bit of a frame rate hit, but I can live with it. So you can see here field 8 on this side, field 9 on the other side, both all planted with barley, ready to go, so that's good. Now, which way do I want to go here? I want to go this way, I think. We'll drive down along the river here, which is very pretty. So this episode's probably going to be a lot of driving, a lot of me fumbling around trying to find stuff. You know, again, because like I said, I don't play this if I'm not recording, because I want to do everything I do on this map on screen. I think, you know, there's so much to do, and this map is so awesome that I don't want to do a lot off screen that you guys aren't going to get to see. So you can see we have $40,512. Not a lot, but enough, I think. You know, I think even though I said I didn't want to get started with the animals right away, I think there's a bunch of stuff we can do to kind of get started with the animals. Oh, I went the complete wrong way here. We're going to go all the way around now. Oh well. Speed up a little bit too. I can bring them some earth fruits. I can bring them some water. I can probably start making some silage. You know, I don't really have enough money to buy a baler, but I can always just use the Euro Boss. I kept calling it the Euro Hit in other episodes, and it's called the Euro Boss, not the Euro Hit. The Euro Hit is actually the, which way do I want to go now? I want to go this way, I guess. Yeah, why not? We'll just kind of wander around the map a little bit, I guess. The Euro Hit is obviously the Tedder, I think. The Euro Boss is the forage wagon, so. But we can use that. I can mow. We can pick it up with that. I do have a windrower, you know, a big rake, so we can rake it up, and then you know, we can put it in the silage clamp and start making some silage. So when we have, you know, and then I can always make hay as well, and then we can make mixed rations for the animals as well. So. And then really the only thing I'll need is some grain and some straw, both which we'll have when the barley harvest comes up. So as you can see up there on the real-time mod up there, it's still day 1. It's still the first day, game day on the map. So like I said, I won't be doing any fast forwarding because I'm not 100% certain what the fast forwarding is actually gonna, you know, make happen. I think on Bjornholm, when I was fast forwarding and I had the fruit trees and I had the placeable piles and everything, and I'm not 100% certain about this again, but I think there might have been some sort of issue with the fast forward mod and the UPK, at least in my, you know, own situation. My combination of mods with, you know, with those two mods may not have been real thrilled about that. So so we'll come down here, we'll cross over the bridge, cross over the railroad tracks, and get some earth fruits into the pigs and the dairy cattle, and then, or the the beef cattle, and then we'll come back and do the sheep or the lambs, I guess. Oh, no. Oh no, I don't want to go in this one actually. I want to go in the next one. At least these guys are kind of next to each other, so that's a good thing. I don't know how much this is actually going to take. I don't know how many trips we're going to have to make here. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough to kind of get this all sort of situated. We'll find out. Okay. Whoa. Wow, did that fill up quick? Whew, didn't take hardly any either. Well, I guess that makes sense because we don't have very many. We don't have any animals yet, so I guess it would make sense that it wouldn't take very much. So maybe this one trip will be enough. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out. It didn't. It hardly took any at all, so that's probably a good thing. Go ahead and back up to this one now. I'm really kind of wishing I would have saved some grain now, though, to so that way they could, you know, I could conceivably get them all ready to go, you know. So no, I can't afford the trailer just yet. Well, actually, I might be able to. I haven't really looked to see how much it costs, the OEB livestock trailer, which looks awesome. I don't know, you know, how much it costs or anything. It'll be a little while, obviously, before I have anything ready to be brought to the butcher anyway. So I just figured that, the potatoes and the sugar beets, they're not really worth a whole lot to sell. So it just made sense for me to bring them down to the animals and at least, get one thing that the animals need kind of going. So go ahead and back up to this now. I mean, it takes nothing to fill that up, which is good. I guess that's good. So it looks like we're probably going to have enough to take care of all the animals, I would think. Is there another one of these down here somewhere? I'm not 100% certain. I guess we'll find out. So, and the good thing is we'll have plenty of manure, which is, always. Yep, there's another one over here, which is always handy. Oh, I'm going to drive through this puddle. Oh, that's a little deep. That's cool. I really like that. That's a neat touch. I always like that sort of stuff on maps, where you get the occasional mud puddle or hole or things you have to drive through. I think that's really cool. Oh, there's the mix station. So at least I know where that is now. So when we're ready to start filling that up. And again, I can make, I can do all the grass and all the hay and everything. There's plenty of grass on this map. And I have a mower and a windrower. I believe I have a tedder as well. So whoa, what happened there? Apparently I was a little close to the trigger. So when it drew in the pile. Okay, so that's full now. All right, now that just leaves, I believe, the sheep, which are at the top of the map. So we have to go back up to the top of the map to bring this stuff to the sheep. So we'll just work our way out here from from this particular farm or area at least. So obviously they're going to need straw, and I'll do that after the harvest. I'll make sure to remember. Might have to write myself a note to not sell the straw, but to bring it around to everything, to all the animals and all that. So okay, so now I think we want to go this way. Yep, we want to go this way. And I apologize for not driving in the cab. I generally drive in the cab when I'm doing any carting or anything. But unfortunately, this tractor causes some pretty significant lag in the cab. I believe it's the windshield texture. And with the combination of just the level of detail on this map, my computer's just not happy with it. So, I'm not getting awesome frame rates to begin with, and I don't want to make them any worse. If I jump in the cab, you can see my frame rates just drop down to nothing, which is unfortunate, but, I can certainly live with it, as I've said over and over and over again, for the level of detail on the map. So, and that alfalfa just kills me. I need to get that turned in. I wish I could afford to buy that field. Oh. Get that turned in pretty quickly. I want to use alfalfa too as a cover crop, since it's basically free fertilizer. It's just going to be a little tricky with the lag that it causes. So, all right, I think now we need to go straight up to the top of the map. Yep. So we can actually just stay on this road and take a left at the next sort of junction, I think, and go all the way up. And then I think we'll probably buy a water tanker. Going to need one anyway. I don't know how much it is. We will obviously find out. And then we can get them. We can at least get them water, and they'll have earth fruits. And then I think, depending on how long this all takes, we'll maybe do some mowing, just to get started with some silage and some hay and stuff. Maybe mow a couple of meadows to do. Do I want to go up this way? I don't think that goes anywhere. I think that just leads up to a field. So I think we'll go up the next junction. I certainly don't mind driving around this map and looking at everything because it's so awesome to look at. But I don't want to drag you guys along for my my BP gets lost every time he drives on the map adventure. So, and I'm on the wrong side of the road. Well, I'll just stay in the middle. That'll be better, I think. Road's not super narrow, but narrow enough. I can get away with driving down the middle. Plus there's no we'll go up this way. Plus there's no traffic anyway, so nothing really to worry about there. More just awesome details. I love these houses. They look sort of old Englishy. They fit great with the map, and then you get sort of a modern sort of house, and then the what I believe is called a housing estate over here. So it just, everything on this map just fits. It feels right. It looks good. So there's a meadow right there. We may mow that meadow right there actually. To start with, that'd probably give us quite a bit of grass to make some silage with and whatnot. So. Frog crossing, I guess. Oh, excuse me. I think that's what that sign said, that there was a frog crossing. And also that this is a flood area, which I could see why it would be. The water level's pretty high, as opposed to the edge of the road. So it would be cool if stuff like that actually happened in the game. If you could, actually flood a road and then it would recede. I think those are all things that I think that at some point, if this game continues to develop and continues to get better and better and more advanced, that, I would love to see some real seasons, where it would snow for X amount of weeks or whatever, game weeks, obviously. I think that would be really cool, just to kind of increase the immersiveness of the game, have real seasons, and then you would have a need to to go out and spread slurry in the fall, and then again in the spring, and do some plowing and all of that sort of thing. So now I know this is a sheep because I've actually been down here one time off screen. So and I forgot that I didn't really want to go this way either. This is sort of the back way in over all these little bridges and down this little narrow road, and then through this shed. I could have went in the other way and didn't have to do all this, but I think this is kind of neat. So if I don't crash into the building, that is. So okay. So here we are at the lambing yard. Now I just gotta find where the earth fruits go here. I'm not 100% certain. Let's see. Do they go? They must go back here probably, because that's the regular sheep pen there. Water for the sheep and grass for the sheep. So let's see if we can find. Oh, yep, there we go. There it is. Okay, very good. Oh. We may actually end up having too much earth fruits here. I'm gonna either end up having to bring them back or sell them, I guess. Oh. Although I probably should bring them back instead of selling them, because we're just not gonna, it's gonna be a while before I'm gonna be able to afford to buy all the stuff you need to do sugar beets or potatoes with, just because the equipment is so expensive. So let's see. Go ahead and unload this. I'm sure it's not going to take very much. No. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll just go ahead and bring this back to the main farm, put it back in storage, and save them for when these guys need a refill. I think that's all. I think there's only one of those down here. One sort of bunker for that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and drive back through the shed here, and then back through this shed, and then back to the main farm. Slow down. Gonna crash into the shed. There we go. I could definitely see this being a flood area with all these, with all these bridges and all the, the river kind of winding its way through this area. I just think that's really neat. I think that's a neat touch. Oop. Almost drove off that bridge. That would have been ugly. All right. We want to go... let's go this way, I think. Or, nope, I'm going the wrong way. Or am I going the right way? No, I'm definitely going the right way. Okay. This is episode 4, so you probably 20 more episodes before I ever get to the point where I'm like, oh, yep, I know where that is. I know how to get there. I know the shortest way. So and again, I'm sure that everybody who's, playing this map right now is kind of going through the same thing, I'm sure most of you have far better memories than I do. I had an interesting comment. Somebody had asked me, I was telling stories about being a teenager, but I couldn't remember, how I couldn't remember stuff that, happened 3 days ago. That's the funny thing about memory, I guess. That's kind of how it works. My long-term memory is pretty well fixed. I can remember things from being a child and being a teenager, but I can't remember anything from, say, yesterday. So that's how that works. Okay, and we'll just head straight down here. We'll drive past the housing estate again. So why not? Let's see. Oh, Pratt's Poultry Food, a guaranteed egg producer. Oh yeah, that's where you sell your eggs. So that's handy. I'll have to remember that as well. Let's see. Do I want to go? Yeah, I want to go this way. Around the sort of roundabout up here, I think, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's where I want to go. So, okay. You know, and again, I'm probably going to take the, you know, the sort of roundabout way around everything, you know, instead of the most direct route. A lot of times, just because, you know, it's one of those things. It takes me quite a while to remember where everything is. So, oh, that's not actually where I want to go. That's the dairy farm. I actually want to go this way. Or no, I don't. Okay, cheating. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm cheating. I'm driving through the hedge. Because I realized that where I wanted to be was the other way, and the main farm is right over here. So I cheated. I drove through the hedge. I'm sorry. I'll try to keep that stuff to a minimum. But I also don't want to, you know, I don't want to be driving around aimlessly for hours because I'm a massive idiot and I can't remember anything. So, oh, there's water right there. So we'll probably, once we buy our water tanker, we'll fill up our water right there. Have to pay for it, but that's okay. I don't mind that so much. So, I got another great comment from Scottish Ghosty 32, who, you know, said he really likes driving down this road. It is very cool, the way it makes the tractor, you know, flex up and down and everything. That is a neat thing. Oh, now go ahead and park this. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'll leave them in there for now. I'm gonna wish I didn't, probably, because I'll forget, you know, that they're in there, and then I'll go to grab this and be like, why are there sugar beets in my tipper? But for right now, it's fine. We'll just leave them in here and park this tipper. All right, very good. And we'll take a look at a water tank. Hopefully, I can afford one. I wouldn't imagine they'd be that expensive, would they? Let's see. I do need a modded one though to feed the provide water for the animals. I can't use an in-game one. Oh, misc. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I definitely don't want that one. That one's just too big. I don't need that one. Yeah, this is a modded one that works with the animals. It's only $7,000. Holds 6,000 liters. How much does this one hold? This one holds 18,000 liters. Oh well, yeah, it would because it's just a modified Zune hammer. I just don't need one that big. So, all right, we'll buy this one. Okay, and back, and we'll just get that reset. Assuming I can remember where stuff gets reset to. As soon as I find it. Reset. There we go. Okay, and okay. Okay. Now I think, if I remember right, that stuff gets reset over here in this sort of field next to all this stuff over here. I think. I seem to remember that being the case anyway. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention that I had to, as I figured I would. How do I get over there? I had to buy a modded seeder to work with the Seedmaster. I kind of figured that was going to be the case anyway. That the Seedmaster, you know, obviously the I think stuff gets reset over here. I think that the in-game seeders wouldn't work with that. So I ended up buying the OEB modified seeder. Works perfect. So that's what I ended up using to seed everything with. Is this where? Yep, there it is. So that was a little bit of an expense, you know. I had to sell the in-game one, the one that came with the map. Made a little money on it, you know, not much obviously. You always lose, you know, quite a bit when you sell stuff, but I didn't really have any choice, so let's see. Okay, now let's see if we go back and we'll get some water here, and then we'll go around and bring all the animals some water. And then we'll see. I don't know how long this episode's going to end up being. I don't want it to be so long that, you know, it's just a lot of me driving around doing nothing. it's another case of, yeah, okay, so maybe the episode was 30 minutes long, but I just didn't feel like I did any work. You know what I mean? And again, this is all stuff that, just needs to be done. So there we go. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to buy water here, which is, oh well. And I might as well fill it all the way up because I don't know how much water the animals are going to take. So, okay, so there you go. Now we're down to $32,287. Again, we're not completely broke, certainly. It doesn't leave us a lot of money to buy stuff. But hopefully, maybe by some miracle, we can catch a great demand for this barley when it comes up for harvest. And even if not, we'll make a little bit of money. Excuse me, off the barley. So, all right, and we'll just head down here and we'll kind of meander our way around. Because I like driving on these roads. It's funny, when I very first started playing this game, Farming Simulator 2013. I just could not get around a small map. I was always complaining and blah blah blah. Now because of Bjornholm, I guess, and so much time I've spent on that I'm just used to. I'm used to a small map now. So, and I really actually prefer it. I enjoy it. So. I got to say that once you put a weight on this tractor, the 6810, which, oh yeah, I don't think I told you guys about this either. I'm sorry, I completely forgot, and I apologize. This is obviously not the same 6810 that we started with. This is the non-front loader version, mostly for the fact that I couldn't put a weight on the front of that one, and it wouldn't handle any implements. It was sliding around all over the place. It just didn't have the weight it needed to be able to run a cultivator or run no, I need to go this way, hedge again, or to pull the seeder or anything. So that ended up getting traded in for this one, which is the front hydraulic version, obviously, that I can put a weight on, and it really sort of settled it down, and it made it work really well. Obviously, we're going to need another front loader tractor at some point now, but I think with the way this map's set up and with the mix station and everything, I don't know if I'm going to do bales or not. I may do bales just because I want to do bales, because I enjoy, making bales. But, sort of in the beginning, there's no reason not to use the forage wagon that we have, and bring everything that the mix station needs, to run with that. So we don't need a front loader right off the bat. Obviously, we'll need a front loader, to move manure and things like that. Or silage, but I may have an option for that too. Marhu has released a new conveyor, which is really cool. Folds up, works really great. Obviously we'll take manure and silage and most of the fruits, wood chips, all that sort of thing. So we may end up actually using that. It may not have to use a front loader at all. So, which could definitely save us some money going down the road. Obviously, we're going to buy more tractors. As this series continues. So, nothing to worry about there. We may end up getting another front loader tractor at some point. But for right now, there's plenty of options and there's plenty of other ways to sort of move bulk materials without a front loader. So I don't have to worry so much about dropping another $100,000 on a tractor when I can just spend, I think the conveyor is about $7,300, $7,400, somewhere around there. So we can use that instead. I also want to reply to a comment that somebody had said that, I said we had $68,000 or whatever in a previous episode, and this is an English map. So yes, it would be pounds, I guess, or euros, I suppose. But I'm American, unfortunately. So even though this is an English map, I'm going to say dollars. So there's no, functional difference between the two in the game. So all right, let's see. Oh, that's not going to take very much at all. Okay. Very good. Very good. There's another one over here. We'll go just fill this one up. So that's good. We won't we can fill these all up and not have to worry about running back and forth all the time to find water. So that's a plus. I don't remember these being quite so easy to fill up. I can remember in Farming Simulator 2013 running around with these things and having to fill them up, having to make 17 trips to fill them up. So I guess it's good, though. We need to back out of here. On the mouse front, I do have another mouse coming, so hopefully that will alleviate some of the crazy mouse nonsense that I've been dealing with lately. So I've ordered one. I have another one coming. So and we'll go over here. I think I think we'll finish this. We'll get all the animals all watered, and then we'll call this an episode. And in the next episode, we will mow. Though probably a couple of meadows. One, I guess we'll turn for hay, and one we will do just for straight silage. I guess. I think that makes sense. And then, oof, I'm still surprised by how fast that fills up. I'm glad it does, but I should probably try to track down an animal HUD mod too, so I can kind of keep an eye on what's going on with the animals without having to scroll through a bunch of stuff, the in-game stuff. So I will try to find one of those. I know there's a couple out there. I know there's one that I really like that I believe David Oldfield uses it. So I'm pretty sure Caravera 76 uses it as well. I may have to contact them, see if I can find out where they got it from. Or I suppose I could just Google it, and... Oop, not quite back far enough. There we go. There we are. Oh, and full. Okay, very good. All right. Well, we just need to go off to the sheep now. And I can actually go out this way. Go up to the sheep, fill them up, and then that will be that. And then the animals will have two things they need. So, and then the next episode we'll do some mowing, make some silage, and we'll be that much closer to making mixed rations because we'll have hay and silage, and then all we'll need really is straw, and the animals will be ready to go. So, and then when the harvest comes up, we'll definitely have plenty of straw. So. I love these bridges. This river, the detail, it's just amazing. This map is so awesome. Just massive kudos to OEB, to everybody from OEB and, David Oldfield for doing all the testing and everybody else. And, and I'm sorry I don't know everybody else in the team's name. I'm familiar with David Oldfield, obviously, so I mention him a lot. But all of you guys, all you OEB guys are awesome. This map is just great. Funny thing is I was actually playing Farming Simulator 2013 a couple days ago. Just because I felt like it. I felt like playing again. I felt like playing with the MR mod and with the soil mod and everything. And I went to my old standby, the Conestoga, MR Conestoga, which is an OEB map, which is easily one of my favorite maps. Went back and, had to remember how to do everything again in Farming Simulator 2013, but it was a lot of fun, so. I think I've played on pretty much all of OEB's maps. I've played on Old Brook. I've played on Birchwood. Is it Birchwood? Yeah, Birchwood, which is a great map. That map was a little small. Especially for me. With my experience. When I first started playing Farming Simulator 2013, that was a really tight map, really hard to get around. But still a lot of fun to play. So I think this map here is just about the perfect combination of small. And functional. I think you have to take into account the actual physics of the game, how the game actually works. Whoops. Yes, it's realistic, and yes, it may be a challenge to have a really tight small map with really tight gates and all of that. But you also have to take into account just the general size of the equipment in the game. It may not always be scaled exactly the way it should be. So, like I'm going to use this for an example right here. This is a perfect example of what I think a gate should look like in Farming Simulator. That's big enough to be able to get in and out of, and small enough to be realistic. I really think that that's about right. You need to be able to get in there to work the field. So I actually planted these fields with Courseplay. I didn't use the in-game hired worker. I used Courseplay, and Courseplay didn't have any trouble with it, with any of this. It did get stuck on this tree right here and this tree right here, just sort of because of the way the course markers were laid out, and that was my own fault. I could have easily changed that. So I may, again, I don't want to cut down a whole bunch of trees, but I may end up cutting down maybe the ones right on the corner of the field, just so that Courseplay can make that turn easier. It didn't have any trouble on this field, obviously. That the field edge is far enough away from the trees that it didn't have any issues. So, because Courseplay is, especially if you're working on a farm by yourself, Courseplay is so handy. It's such a helpful mod. That once you get it set up, and once you get all your courses set up, and once you get it working the way that you want it to work, it's so handy that you don't. I certainly can't imagine playing without it now. I've been using it for a very long time, and I couldn't. I know when Farming Simulator 15 first came out, and there was no Courseplay, I was like, oh my god, I got to do all this stuff by myself, which is fine, but it just really makes it so that you can only do one thing at a time. So, and if you've got a lot of things that need to be done, Courseplay is just invaluable. So. All right, and we'll just come through here, and I really need to pick up another tractor just so I can go back to driving in cab. I like driving in cab when I'm karting and stuff. So, no, turn. Okay, there we go. Oh no, where am I going? Really? You were just here. Come on, get with it. I suppose I could have just drove through that shed instead of driving all the way around. Well, whatever makes it more, whatever makes it take longer, I guess. So, there we go. Get some water for the lambs, and then all they'll need is straw and, mixed rations and some grain, and there we go. All right, very cool. All right, guys, so I'm not going to drive all the way back to the main farm just yet. I'll do that off screen. You guys have seen me do that enough. You don't need to watch me fumble around the map anymore. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, these first episodes are going to be a lot of setup, a lot of getting stuff ready, and sometimes that takes a little while. And I don't want to make these episodes super long, so you're going to get occasionally the episode of me just driving around bringing water or bringing things, supplies to various places. But once everything gets kind of set up, then we'll kind of fall into a routine with the harvest and carting grain and mowing and all that. We will be mowing in the next episode, so that we can start making some silage and some hay for these animals as well. As always, please leave your comments. Let me know what you think about these, this series, these videos, this map, or anything else you want to leave. Thank you so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. You guys are awesome. We're so close to 1,400 subscribers. It still blows my mind. I can't believe it. That 1,400 people think that I'm worth subscribing to. My pokey little channel and my maybe not the most exciting videos in the world. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You all rock. I appreciate every single one of you. All your comments, all your likes, all your shares. All the stuff you guys leave me on Facebook and and all of that. You guys are just awesome. That's all I can say. Thanks so much for making me part of your YouTube day every day. It means so much to me. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.